28 times. No fixture in the history of the Champions League has produced more encounters between two clubs, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Kings of Europe, rivals across generations, and tonight, at the Santiago Bernabéu, they meet again.
Clutch the moment. Clutch brief.
Even Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, a man who has seen everything in European football, could barely contain himself. And when Rummenigge speaks in those terms, you listen. Real Madrid hosting Bayern Munich, Champions League quarter-final, first leg, Tuesday the 7th of April at the Santiago Bernabéu, a venue that Oliver Kahn once described as the most grueling atmosphere in world football. And tonight it will be operating at full roar. This is your Matchday programme. Two managers, two very different narratives, but one shared reality. This match will define their seasons. Álvaro Arbeloa arrives at this tie carrying the weight of a league campaign that has slipped away. Real Madrid are 7 points behind Barcelona. The title looks gone. After a deflating 2-1 defeat to Mallorca on Saturday, with Muriqi breaking Madrid hearts in stoppage time, Arbeloa stood up and said the defeat was, quote, 1,000% his fault. A remarkable piece of accountability and a sign of a manager who knows exactly what is on the line tonight. The Champions League is no longer just an objective, it is the only objective. And yet underneath the pressure, there is belief. Rummenigge himself said Arbeloa has found the right formula, and the Madrid coach clearly agrees, talking with conviction about his attackers, about Mbappe in particular, and about a team that Piqué, of all people, described as having switched into some inexplicable, almost supernatural winning mode. Vincent Kompany, by contrast, arrives at the Bernabeu with the air of a man playing chess 3 moves ahead. He deliberately rotated his side against Freiburg at the weekend, resting Olise, Upamecano and Lima, and watched his team stage a stunning comeback from 2-0 down to win 3-2. It was Bayern's 100th Bundesliga goal of the season. Kompany was unmoved. His eyes were already here. Arbeloa calling Bayern the most informed team in Europe. Honest, not flattery. Goretzka responding with confidence bordering on swagger. Two sides that respect each other, but neither yielding an inch. Satir. Form, firepower, and a few awkward questions on both sides. Let's put them side by side. Real Madrid, second in La Liga, but a distant second. The league form has been inconsistent in recent weeks. They lost to Mallorca at the weekend, having led through Militao's equaliser, only to concede in stoppage time. But Madrid in Europe is a different animal, unbeaten in their last 9 against Bayern. When the big nights come, this club has a history of finding another gear. Bayern Munich arrive in the form of their lives. Top of the Bundesliga by 9 points. 100 league goals already this season. A staggering number. Unbeaten in 13 matches. Nico Schlotterbeck was already being linked with a summer move to the Bernabeu, which tells you something about how the two clubs are positioned. Defender wanted, and Bayern are the ones applying pressure. In the Champions League this season, Madrid have been clinical. Mbappe leads all scorers in the competition with 13 goals. Kane sits on 10. Both goalkeepers are relevant, Lunin deputising in the absence of Courtois against Manuel Neuer, who remains one of the finest in the world at 40 years old. The margins here are razor thin. 3 names above all others, 1 battle at the back, 1 question at the front, and 1 player trying to prove his fitness to the world. Kylian Mbappe. 13 Champions League goals this season, the most of any player in this year's competition. He was frustrated and subdued against Mallorca at the weekend, but Arbeloa's message was clear. Mbappe came to Real Madrid for matches like this. The stage is set. The question is whether he can deliver on it against a Bayern defensive unit that has conceded just 9 Champions League goals all season. And then there is Harry Kane, 48 goals in 40 games this season, 10 in the Champions League. He twisted his ankle in England training, missed the Japan friendly and the Freiburg match, but trained with the group on Monday. Kompany called himself positive about Tuesday. Sporting director Eberl said he feels good. And Joshua Kimmich, with characteristic bluntness, simply said he would play in a wheelchair. Kane, it seems, will play. And if Kane is Bayern's spearhead, Michael Olise is the blade. 16 goals and 27 assists in 39 games, deliberately rested against Freiburg by Kompany. Sami Khedira called him probably the best winger in the world right now, and Eduardo Camavinga, the man likely tasked with stopping him, was refreshingly direct. If I have to kill you, I will kill you. That is the level of this duel. Two attacking-minded sides, huge talent on every line, but there are tactical questions that could settle this tie before the second leg even kicks off. For Madrid, the return of Federico Valverde is enormous. He missed the Mallorca defeat through suspension, but arrives here on the back of a hat-trick against Manchester City in the last round. 7 goals and 5 assists in his last 12 matches. Tony Kroos from the punditry desk called his level truly incredible. He anchors the midfield alongside Tchouaméni. Critically though, Courtois remains out. Rodrigo is absent long-term, and at left-back, Álvaro Carrera starts with Mendy ruled out for the first leg. Bayern set up in their familiar 4-2-3-1. Kompany brings back Olise, Upamecano and Lema, all rested at the weekend. Gnabry operates centrally behind Kane. The key tactical battle is Bayern's pressing triggers versus Madrid's ability to progress the ball through Valverde and Tchouaméni. Gnabry himself said their attack is as dangerous as Real Madrid's. Perhaps one of the best in the world right now, that is not an exaggeration. The single most intriguing tactical element, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe starting together for the first time since February. Vinicius spoke this week about having an incredible connection with Mbappe on and off the pitch. If that combination fires in tandem, Bayern's right side, marshalled by Stanisic, faces an almost impossible night. That is the X-factor Kompany cannot fully plan for. Ask 5 football people who wins this tie and you will get 5 different answers. That is what makes it special. Gerard Piqué, not a man you would ordinarily look to for Real Madrid tributes, acknowledged that Madrid have entered some strange, unstoppable mode in Europe. Yet despite that, he leans towards Bayern progressing over 2 legs. His argument, the German side's consistency and structure give them the edge across 180 minutes. Ivan Rakitic, however, takes the opposing view. His logic is simple. Real Madrid consistently do things right in this competition, and football rewards that. They were favourites against City, they went through. That track record is not coincidence, it is a culture. And there is the tension in a nutshell. Oliver Kahn, a man who played at the Bernabéu more times than most, warns that the atmosphere alone is a weapon. Bayern's own Lennart Karl, meanwhile, an 18-year-old prodigy, says the squad feel they can beat anyone right now. Youth and belief versus experience and respect. We will find out which wins. Here is the number that will be haunting Kompany's preparation. The last 4 times Real Madrid have eliminated Bayern Munich from this competition, they have gone on to lift the trophy. 4 for 4. And Bayern have not won at the Bernabéu since 2001, a 25-year drought at this ground. History does not guarantee anything, but in European football it has a weight all of its own. The numbers, fast, factual and occasionally jaw-dropping. 48 goals in 40 games. Harry Kane's season in one statistic. More than 1 goal per game across every competition. Bundesliga, Champions League, DFB Pokal. He has been relentless. 13 Mbappe's Champions League tally this season. No one in the competition has more. Averaging a goal every 56 minutes in Europe. Only Erling Haaland has ever maintained a better rate at this volume. The man who came to Madrid to win this trophy is the competition's deadliest player. 6 Real Madrid players walk into tonight on a yellow card. Mbappe, Vinicius, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Huijsen, Carreras, any booking tonight and they miss the second leg in Munich. That is a tactical handcuff for Arbeloa and a potential weapon for Kompany. Bayern's 100th Bundesliga goal of the season arrived in the 99th minute against Freiburg. It completed a comeback from 2-0 down. 18-year-old Lennart Karl scored the winner, having once visited the Bernabéu as a 10-year-old for a trial with Real Madrid. Tonight, he returns as an opponent. And one final number. Michael Olise, 16 goals, 27 assists, 43 direct goal involvements in 39 appearances this season. Deliberately rested at the weekend, fresh, fit and arriving at a Bernabéu where the left-back position is one of Madrid's biggest question marks. The team sheets will tell the story of each manager's hand. Here is what we know. Real Madrid's list makes for uncomfortable reading. Courtois, Rodrigo and Ceballos are all out. Mendy is unavailable tonight. Carreras fills in at left-back. And then there is Bellingham, medically cleared but with just 17 minutes of football since February. Arbeloa will manage him carefully off the bench. Militao came on as a substitute against Mallorca and scored, an emotional return, but the club are taking a cautious approach to his reintegration. For Bayern, just one real concern, and it appears to be resolved. Harry Kane trained with the group on Monday. Kompany is optimistic. Arbeloa says he has done everything to be available. Sky Germany reported his start as very likely. The man who would play in a wheelchair, according to his captain, will almost certainly play tonight. The expected lineup side by side, Madrid's structure built on Valverde's engine, and Mbappe Vinicius in tandem up front. Bayern's wide threat through Olise on the right, fresh, rested and lethal. Two very complete starting 11s, no obvious weak link on either side. Every great match has stories beneath the surface. Tonight has several. Lennart Karl is 18 years old. He scored Bayern's stoppage time winner against Freiburg at the weekend and afterwards said the squad feel unbeatable. What makes the story extraordinary? Karl dreamed of playing for Real Madrid. He had a trial at the Bernabéu when he was 10 years old. Tonight he walks back through those gates as one of Bayern's most in-form players. Football writes its stories beautifully. And then there is Jude Bellingham, the wild card in Madrid's hand. Medically cleared but woefully short of match sharpness. 17 minutes since February. He will not start, but Arbeloa has a potential match winner sitting on his bench, a player who has previously rewritten Champions League narratives entirely on his own. That is a luxury most managers at this stage do not have. Vinicius also spoke candidly this week, saying he could not connect with previous manager Xabi Alonso, but finds a great understanding with Arbeloa, the same bond he had with Ancelotti. That kind of public loyalty is both a testament to Arbeloa's man management and a reminder that when Vinicius plays for his manager, he tends to play at his very best. 28 meetings in European competition, no fixture has produced more, and every edition adds another chapter. 13 wins for Real Madrid, 11 for Bayern, 4 draws. Real have been unbeaten in the last 9 encounters. Bayern's last victory at the Bernabéu came in 2001, 25 years ago. And in their most recent clash, in the 2024 semi-finals, substitute Joselu scored twice in the dying minutes to break Bayern's hearts yet again. The historical detail that carries the most weight. The last 4 times Real Madrid eliminated Bayern Munich, they went on to win the Champions League. Every single time. If Bayern lose this tie, they are not just going out. They may be watching their greatest European rival lift the trophy again. That is the psychological burden Bayern carry into this fixture. After everything, the form, the injuries, the history, the mood, here is the call for tonight's first leg. 2-2, that is the call. Madrid's front line is too dangerous to be silenced entirely. Mbappe and Vinicius together for the first time since February, on a night where Arbeloa has said there is only one scenario. But Bayern's firepower, Kane, Olise, Diaz, is equally relentless. The yellow card anxiety limits Madrid's aggression in the final quarter. A draw at the Bernabéu. Everything alive for the second leg in Munich. And honestly, would you have it any other way?
Your match day starts here. Subscribe to Clutch Brief.